Well, now on BBC One, animated adventure and a dangerous journey through the land before time. Shoes off before that on BBC One. You're invited to the Bouquet residence.
Good morning, a very happy Christmas to you from all of us on BBC Two.
Bill Giles has an offer we can hardly refuse now on BBC. And to ease us into the night, expectations on the weather front from Bill Giles.
Getting into the festive spirit the Britas way. First on BBC One, The Empires, Outward Bound.
First on BBC Two, the magic of the season has even touched The Simpsons.
Only the best for BBC One. Top names, top sounds from a Top of the Pops year.
A fantasy adventure in a magical kingdom now on BBC.
This is BBC One. Now on this night, which celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ, we go live to Salisbury Cathedral for Christmas Midnight Mass.
The first showing on British network television of the supernatural thriller based on a novel by Henry James. Valerie Bertinelli and Diana Rigg head the cast of The Haunting of Helen Walker. It's Christmas at Corky's, first on BBC Two, with guests Hattie.
Leslie Garrett and Charlotte Church are just two of the superstar singers on BBC One now in a fabulous festive musical.
All your festive favourites now on BBC One, the top tunes of '98. All your festive favourites now on BBC One, the top tunes of '98. The news first on BBC One. First on BBC One, of course, the great thing about professionals is they make it look so easy.
An Oscar-winning Western from John Huston now on BBC Two. In the hunt for gold, Humphrey Bogart discovers the darker side to human nature.
Celebrating the birth of Christ now on BBC One, our Christmas Day service with Brenda Emanis.
A glittering, multi-Oscar-winning musical now on BBC Two. With Embraceable You, Our Love Is Here to Stay, and lots more legendary Gershwin songs. Gene Kelly is an American in Paris.
Good morning and welcome to Christmas Eve here on BBC One. It's nice to see you up nice and early, getting in some practice for tomorrow. Right, let's kick the day off and hot-foot it to Lapland. It's CBBC with Michael and Angelica.
A very good morning to you and welcome to our Christmas weekend here on BBC Two. And kicking off our Christmas Eve here on BBC Two, the chance to catch up on yesterday's action in...
Now on BBC One, the news with Matthew Amraliwala. An afternoon of sport now on BBC One Grandstand with Claire Balding at
So now it's the first of BBC One's 2 Christmas Day visits to Albert Square. So now on BBC One, it's the biggest, boldest adventure in history as an all-star cast goes in search of dinosaurs in the hope that they'll return from the lost world.
Doing the weekly shop in the animal kingdom is not an easy task. David Attenborough now on BBC Two with the trials.
Follow that star tonight. Parkinson at Christmas presents you with a sackload of guests, including Tom Jones, Alistair McGowan, Martine McCutcheon and Dame Edna Everage. That's on BBC One at 10:15.
Settle in for a great musical Christmas Eve now on BBC Two with carols from Kings in 55 minutes after a seasonal opera.
Canada by train. Mountaineer Chris Bonington's great railway journey takes him via the Rockies in 5 minutes here on BBC Two, after we've made an extra stop in Sussex.
Rolf remembers a rescued dog featured back in the first ever series of Animal Hospital tonight at 7:30 on BBC One. Now, though, we're out to make some money.
Ozzy and Kelly, Emma Bunton, just a few of the big names joining Parky at 7:10 for Christmas night with the stars.
Room 101 in half an hour here on BBC Two after we take a trip back in time via the TV listings to 1973 with memories of a royal wedding, Pan's People and Mr. Ben in a new series now. That was The Week We Watched.
Stay up late tonight for Room 101, The Fast Show, and stay up very late for Texas on Later with Jules. First on BBC Two, time to dust off the TV list.
Now, a roundup of the local news in Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. Tonight's Look North is... It's the time for giving and paying for it in the new year. Fiona Bruce reveals the real story in half an hour here on BBC One.
This is BBC One in Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. Now the BBC News at 10 o'clock with Hugh Edwards and Look North with...
Needed to rejuvenate an overgrown garden. We're searching for cash in the attic at 1:45 here on BBC One.
This
So, do you remember who the new Wembley Bridge is to be named after? BBC One tests the nation, the quiz of the year 2005 tonight at 8:30. Now...
The going's good for bargain hunt at Warwick Racecourse in 45... Skiing, World Cup show jumping and the final of the UK Snooker Championship. Sunday Grandstand has it all from 12:20. The first on BBC Two, it's World Club Championship football, live. The final of the UK Snooker Championship reaches a climax tonight at 8, and it's also live this afternoon here on BBC Two as part of Sunday Grandstand.
It's the one for Christmas. Your festive season starts right here with BBC One's sparkling Saturday night. Now, 3 couples are about to become 2. The prize, a place in the final of Strictly Come.
Now on BBC Two, out into the fresh air for the first of 2 heats where dog and owner come face to face with some stroppy sheep.